Hello, good morning. Here we are, the Grumpy Old Homos.
Grumpy Old Homos.
And we're busy exploring the east, you know.
Kensington, this side of the Boerewors curtain, that is, yeah.
It's the lovely Victoria Yards with the Daville Baillie art gallery here in the Victoria Yards.
And meet the incredible, mad, grumpy old Homo, Matthew Crowther.
So let's go inside and have a chat.
Yeah.
Hello, Matthew.
Hello, Trevor and Mark. Welcome to the, okay, let's do it like this. Then we do it like this. Welcome to the Daville Baillie Gallery at Lawrenceville, Johannesburg. Okay,
Well,
so
thanks for making the time for us.
yes, let's take this off so people can lip read. The other grumpy old homos who are hard of hearing, the Daphnes can do some interpretation. They can do some lip reading Daphne.
Dance movement.
So let's go inside.
Ethyl
Have
nitrate.
a look around.
I think that we can do exactly that.
And how is the industry coping during this time? I mean, has trade continued because it's done?
Well, there you go. I mean, what a good question. Amazingly enough, in the middle to top echelon of art collecting, things have gone very well because the people with the money have not been able to spend their money, and that has served this area, this particular level of art collecting very, very well.
What is the principal product that comes out of this gallery? It seems to be very centralized on pop art.
So this is exactly, it's a pop art and pop inspired.
Because new and art.
It's new and it's fresh and it's vibrant and it's irreverent when you think back on the history of pop art as we know it, because we're old homos, is that now pop art is part of the sort of street art, graffiti, that all comes into the pop art phenomenon. And so the spray can, which wasn't part of what pop art was in the beginning, has become incorporated into the pop phenomenon and is a really functional part of it. And that new generation of spray can artists and street artists have just completely taken over pop art.
I remember I was living with Robert Whitehead. It was an incredible cartoon kind of drawing thing of you and Robert Coleman and Robert Whitehead in the making.
Yes, of course.
And you've got that's where you kind of...
So that's where I come from, exactly. I mean, yes, the Market Theatre is where, but I think that everyone cut their teeth at the Market Theatre because when we all had teeth, then that was one of the places to go cut. That generation that came before us, which was Robert and Vanessa and Janice Honeyman and all of those people were the kind of role models. We followed everything that they did. We loved them, wanted to be like them, but we also wanted to not be them. The amazing thing for me was that once I graduated or once I became an actor, working with Janice and Robert and Vanessa and all those people, I was kind of like working with the role models that I'd set up for myself as a youngster. Jean Genet was the beginning point of, like, that was when I broke my virginity. Language, theatre, meaning with everything. Once I finished reading the first novel I read by Genet, my life was not the same. He changed my entire existence. We are no longer, we used to be ceremonial objects. Old homos were brought out for marches and rallies and clubs, for club openings. Granny Lee and all of those people, you know.
In my army uniform, we used to go to, what was that bar?
The Skyline, of course.
And then go to check out Granny to see what curtains she had cut up.
Amazing thing about Granny Lee was that Granny Lee was kind of, in the beginning, bigger on the heterosexual clubs. Bernard J, who brought Divine out, we have a street, excuse me, should be named after Bernard J, for having brought that to us.
I saw Divine at a club in Durban.
Same thing, because they did
Divine
it
in Africa. Yeah, and then he did the tour. And then I met him there. And he was out of drag. I said, fuck, is this him? You know? And then when I was in the army, she came and she was at Zips and met him.
I think I was there on that one. I went with Andrew Worsdale, who went interviewing her, for for a student magazine.
Jungle Jezebel.
In fact, the clubs opened on a Saturday afternoon. Big Dora queens would arrive in those bars and those discos and start potting. So in the afternoons you could sneak in and the people would say like, come in, you know what I mean? And stuck you with a bit of liquor. You'd get a boyfriend, you'd get £5 and you could get the transport back and a hamburger and a brandy and coke, and you could come back at 11, 12 o'clock at night. They'd let you in again, they were hatchers, and they'd look and they'd go, okay, come in. And that's when the big Dora queens were like slap bang on the floor. And they needed the young boys.
Steal their money.
Yeah, you could steal them blind. And then the last train would be at 11, 12, whatever, and go home on Sunday. All with that £5. And that was all I wanted. In fact, if somebody would have said to me, we're going to put you in the best boutique in Hillbrow, slap you on a couch, and you can stay there till the day you die, playing 4-track cassettes and cruising the people who came in to buy bell boxes, I would have said,
For sure.
I've arrived. Are you sure that's meant for me? And
You should actually be lying.
yeah, no, totally. I mean, that's all you wanted was the boutique life. So coming here, you know, and then getting involved in theatre, because that was the bar, you know, that was Andrew's bar. No, that was the bar that was set. And so the Market Theatre was the alternative. So once I slowly started to look, I guess, people who were then, you know, you started to look at it, and people like Robert, as I've said, and Vanessa, they started landing in Darling magazine.
Yeah.
Here's a gorgeous guy, his name's Robert Whitehead. What does he do? He's a theatre actor. Oh, thespian. I wonder what that's like. And I suppose my mother had taken us to see all the plays at Pact. My mother was a culture vulture. By the time I was 14, 15, 16, I knew the plot of every classical ballet, most of every of the canon of the main operas, most of the classical dramas, and most of the modern dramas, because my mother schlepped me along. She schlepped us, but dragged us. Exactly, and I didn't even know I had that knowledge, because I was sitting with the opera glasses looking at the lawn and stuff.
Well, Matthew, it's been absolutely fun here to visit with you and just recapping some of you. I think that's amazing.
I'm sorry, I thought the 12 parts. I'm just getting started.
From here, we're going off to this new development called Coronaville. It's top of Queen Street, and we're going to go and see what's happening in Kensington. Yeah, so we've left the Victoria Yard, so we've just come to see this new development at the top of Queen Street called Coronaville. Alright, let's go inside and have a look what's going on. We're here to introduce you to African Bride Kitchen and Garden.
Coronaville.
And Coronaville. To give Richard's story. And he can tell us exactly what he's been doing over the period of the lockdown and how he's transformed not only his own restaurant, but the people around it.
What's transpired since then with all the new rules and regulations?
Yeah.
Well, they took alcohol away.
no.
Yeah, so it was the packages that were actually working. They were the lifeblood of the business since we reopened. So we were delivering alcohol, which was making up about 60% of our sales. With all the criticism that's going on and everything else, I'm in agreement with the decision. Our hospitals and our doctors need our support right now.
Absolutely. I mean, even private hospitals like Norpark are turning people away because there's just so much carnage.
Yeah.
And of course, they do not. I don't think the government has done enough actually to prepare us for this.
Look, it's rough, eh? I mean, and I'm a pretty optimistic guy, you know, in my nature. Yes, I get down and then I go to bed and I think about things and then I put a smile on and go work.
Yeah. So you took an à la carte restaurant, right?
Yes.
And you turned it into.
Okay, yes, yeah, we took an à la carte restaurant with lots of waiters, barmen, runners, helpers, doormen, bouncers, etc. And streamlined it onto 3 different shifts with our team. So we holding less staff on our team, less possibility of infection. Look, at the end of the day, we don't want anybody to get sick. That's the main thing, and especially now with hospitals. capacity. Our concern is for our clients and our staff. But the response has been amazing. You know, the people that have come and eaten, they're coming back to you. We divided it into smaller hubs and different revenue centres, and really put this responsibility on the staff member to empower themselves in the work. Look, it's petrifying because you know the community is living in fear. Fear of their finances, but also fear for their health. And I read a report the other day, it's the first time South Africans are saving. What I find it amazing is, you know, people that I haven't spoken to for 10 years have come into my life again and I've gone back into theirs. It's that I'm appreciating at the moment. Really to reconnect with people in Australia and London from my student days, and it's cool.
But also, I mean, before we started Grumpy Homo, we were like in this depression, and 24 hours a day, all we did was watch TV and watch YouTube, and it was just like, just getting so depressed. You just bombard. I'm not trying not to do that, and it's actually quite liberating because you're finding time to connect with people again. You know, for me, the biggest word that's come out of all of this is community. It's really, you know, everything used to be, oh, we must collaborate. And now it's community, and I think
it's shifted from collaboration. My main message to myself and my team is to celebrate our diversity. You know, unfortunately, government and funding and all that kind of stuff is isolated community. Now's the time to embrace diversity, because it's our diversity that gives us strength. Because what we're being told is to separate. But what we automatically isolate, what we're automatically doing is coming together as people. Have you also noticed it? The coming together.
Yes,
the online coming
people
together.
coming out of the woodwork, like you can't understand. It's like people I haven't spoken to for like 20 years.
Literally, students in that.
Hi darling, how are you doing? Are you surviving? Do you need anything? You don't speak The point is that it's brought a lot of people together, people that you don't suspect that are going to hook up. And that's been the power of social media platforms.
Do you can have seated?
We're doing seating and takeaway delivery. Our main push is for takeaway and watch, so that as we go.
And you deliver?
Yes, we deliver. So we run our own delivery troop.
Where does one find the menus to order?
Look, the easiest one is I Love My Good Jersey on Facebook. There's telephone numbers everywhere, there's menus everywhere.
Well, Richard, we wish you lots of love and a lot of good vibes for the future and for the continued work that you do with your community here in Kensington, and the commitment that you give towards your staff and your team. I think that's the most amazing thing. It's really great food. I must say. Over there in the fridge is a potato salad that's got my name on it. We love you. Thank you so much.
Don't forget our Facebook page,
Grumpy page.
and YouTube. Subscribe, bottom right. On YouTube.
You can win a homo.
Win a homo.
Wow.
Well, you can have him. No, free take.
Heavens to be. Come around.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
This is good. Would you like a knife? I suspect you might need one.
Wow, what a feast, eh? So this is what people get.
So tell us about this. What is this, like a menu item? Is this like a platter for three?
This is a meat platter for 4.
And it contains boerewors and chuck
brisket,
ribs,
chicken wings, boerewors, chuck brisket, and ribs.
Fantastic. So it's the big 5 on a platter for 4. Oh look, there's Matthew.
Yeah, look at this. What do we call this?
Is it Gombolo?
Yes, 60 years in Africa.
Wow.
And my first, they say, where did you have your first Campari? They're going to, do you eat cheese? Yes, of course. They're going to say, where did you have your first gombo? And I'm going to say, at the African bride.
Bread, it's divine.
It's lovely and sweet.
I feel like I've come home. There you go. I've been away and I've come home.